runner.
Fitzpatrick has it knocked away. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Down low it goes for a shot for Van Donkersgood. It's no good. Rebound by the Mustangs.
Not a bad look there by Wayne State. They fumbled the ball a little bit when they had Stoltzman down there in the post.
In the paint, turnaround shot is good for Swanson. And the first points of the game go to Southwest Minnesota State off the hands of the junior from Waconia, Minnesota.
The first thing you notice, Southwest, is how much they spread the floor offensively.
Reitz falling away with the left hand gets it to go. First points of the night for the Wildcats.
Nice slash and post up there by Reitz.
Junior from Huxley, Iowa. Shot blocked. Getting her hands on it was Tate Norblade. She is a very lanky guard from Papillion La Vista South.
Tate's done a really nice job of coming back from a pretty serious knee injury and been a really integral part of this Wildcat team.
She, like a lot of Wildcats, has dealt with injury this year. Obviously, she's gotten over the serious knee injury for the most part, but a lot of nicks and bangs and bruises. It's just that time of year, Chad.
Yeah, you've entered that late January, early February grind where all the bumps and bruises, you just seem to feel them just a little bit more.
The foul was on Fitzpatrick. Natalie Nielsen is at the line for two. She hit the first and hits the second, does the South Dakota State transfer. 4-2, Southwest on top of Wayne State. Cutting, shot no good from Van Donkersgood. Nice find, but the pass may have been a little long. Now Southwest looking to drive all the way, and they do just that with Stoltzman connects for two, and it's a 4-point Southwest lead.
Stoltzman, I don't know how many weeks she's been NSI Player of the Week, 5, maybe 6 times, using that body well. You can tell she's more than just a spot-up shooter. Gets down low, creates space.
Pardon me there, Chad. Van Donkersgood with the left hand draws the foul. You know, we talked about it in the men's game. This is a Southwest athletic program with a lot of history, a lot of tradition, a lot of success, especially on the basketball floor.
Yeah, it's you know, Webb is in his 9th season here. He's done a nice job of building this program and getting it to where it is. And then, you know, this sometimes it's hard to understand at this level, but trying not to make things more complicated than they really are.
Both free throws good. Cuts it to a 2-point ball game. Shot left short by Stoltzman, and a foul on the floor. And I will say, Chad, it does unfortunately appear as though a lot of the student body, which was so vocal and key down the stretch of that men's game, has shifted outward between games.
Yeah, unfortunately that 20-minute break or whatever it is between games seems to have convinced people that they have other things to do. It would have been nice to see them stay.
Nice pass from Van Donkersgood to Norblade, but the block from Nielsen just out of nowhere. Out for a three-pointer, left short by Thornfinson. Rebound kept alive by Southwest and put away by Nielsen. It's a 4-point edge for the Mustangs.
Yeah, those second chance points are what kill you in this league. That's one of the areas that Wayne State's hoping to get better at.
Out for a three-pointer for Fitzpatrick. Left it long. Rebound pulled down by Mankey. I think Mankey thought about the three-pointer there. Now she does. Leaves it short. Good box out by the Wildcats. She didn't get the rebound, did Carson Boswell, but she allowed Wayne State to get it. Shot on the baseline's no good by Van Donkersgood. Rebound to the Mustangs.
Van Donkersgood had a couple good looks, just haven't been able to find the bottom of the net.
Spinning, turning, shot no good, left short by Jones.
Good defense by Tate Norblade there on the ball.
About halfway through the first quarter here in Wayne, America. Southwest doubling up Wayne State 8-4. Fitzpatrick thought about the three. Instead tries to feed it inside for Van Donkersgood. She can barely keep it in play. And instead it's a turnover to the Mustangs.
Little scissor action there by Southwest. They're going to catch a little moving screen on Thorfinson.
I'm going to guess there's some Scandinavian familial background with that last name. I didn't get a chance to ask her beforehand. If you've ever been in Rice Auditorium, they put the names of the players in the game on there. Thorfinson's name doesn't fit on the scoreboard.
Well, I can't see it where I'm sitting, so I've got the whole thing right in front of me, and I still had to do a double take.
Turnaround shot too strong from Cruzy, the Wayne native. And a lot of contact as the Mustangs try to drive in. It's going to be a foul on the Wildcats. Our first quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk. We're building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, we're here for you today and every day. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Big one here for both teams, Wayne State and Southwest Minnesota State. Wayne State trying to secure a first-round home NSIC tournament game. Southwest Minnesota State trying to secure a bye in the first round and also potentially the top seed. As we take a look on the Southwest sideline with head coach Tom Webb. Ball poked away by the Wildcats, trying to force a longer possession out of Southwest. Southwest previously coached. We'll get to that in a second as a drive and a bucket by Bussey.
Bussey with a nice job, pops out off that inbounds pass and sees the gap and takes advantage of the player that's slow to close out on her.
Cruzy was open, didn't want the three. Now this is a Southwest team as this goes underneath for Van Donkersgood, or I beg your pardon.
Cruzy.
The bucket, yeah, for Cruzy. Miss and a rebound by Norblade. Back under for Cruzy, who gets great position, and the former Wayne Blue Devil comes through.
Yeah, Cruzy's really done a nice job of transforming herself, putting on some muscle, and she's a load to handle down there when she gets you down low. 2-point
ball game after back-to-back buckets by Cruzy. Three-pointer up and good by Blandon.
Yeah, tough step back three there.
I promise I'll get to this point eventually. So Southwest Minnesota State, one of their athletic administrators, Allison Munson, formerly Allison Kruger. She coached at Southwest as the head coach, but prior to that, coached with you here at Wayne State, Chad. And there goes Mankey all the way for two, and a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. But, yeah, there's someone you're very familiar with. You coached with Krug for a while here at Wayne State.
We love Krug. She's one of the good ones. She's turned that into I believe she's the associate athletic director for compliance, and I think the senior women's administrator up there.
Yeah, and if there's anybody who's got energy for that kind of job, it's Krug.
Yes. Yeah, and if you want anybody standing up in front and leading a group of people, it's Allison Kruger. Monson now married with kids and whatnot. But, yeah, she was a go-getter, former player of the year in her own conference, All-American. She's tenacious would be a word that you could use about her.
She's an Iowa native, played at UNK, but now at Southwest. And she coached under someone we referenced earlier. She coached with Ryan Williams, the former head coach at Wayne State, now at Colorado State. Of course, Ryan and his assistant coach Rico Burkett, who used to be the head men's basketball coach here at Wayne State. They've got a big game tomorrow for Colorado State as Fitzpatrick hits a big two for Wayne State. They needed that.
Yeah, important score coming out of that timeout. Good stop here. Wayne State needs to find another one.
Delaney Clark fires the three. It just rattles out. No good. That would have been huge for the Wildcats. Southwest not taking their foot off the gas pedal, though, as Stoltzman goes in for two. She's got four tonight.
Stoltzman is going to go until you stop her, and if you do, then she's going to put her body into you, and she's going to use it to her advantage.
Wildcats got to stop the bleeding here a little bit. Six on the shot clock. Clark driving in, right-hander, won't go. And my goodness, you mentioned that she'll just keep going and going and going. No one stopped her there. It's a 9-point lead after Stoltzman's bucket.
Little miscommunication there. A second time it's happened. Somebody hasn't picked the ball up, come down the floor. You got her. Kind of that worst case scenario, and next thing you know, they're shooting a layup.
Cruzy can't get it to go through contact, but she does get fouled and is going to the line for two.
Finish your point on Allison Kruger or Monson now. Yeah, she went with Coach Williams to USD and had a successful run there and turned that into her head coaching job at Southwest.
Yeah, that was when South Dakota was first transitioning to Division I. And, of course, then she left for Southwest Minnesota State. Ryan Williams left for Colorado State. And who replaced Ryan Williams? Amy Williams, now the head coach at Nebraska.
Yeah, the coaching world is actually pretty small. It's amazing.
Swanson hits for two.
Amazing how many of these people know each other, interconnected, and it's, the old saying, it's who you know, is never more obvious than in the coaching world.
Norblade can't get that to go in traffic, and the Mustangs want to run again. Three-pointer on the way, and Stoltzman buries. She's got 9, and Southwest is doubling up the Wildcats.
Stoltzman does a great job of just coming right down the middle of the floor, whether it's in transition or if it's in an offensive, some type of action. And they do a nice job of isolating her right in the middle and letting her go either direction.
Fitzpatrick doesn't draw iron, and it'll go back to Southwest with under 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. And the body language not ideal right now if you're looking at the Wayne State bench. The Southwest has taken all the oxygen out of the building right now.
Yeah, they have definitely been the aggressor and been on the attack. Wayne State's been on the other end of that, which is not where you want to be.
10 seconds to go. Stoltzman feeds it, knocked out of bounds. Good active hands by the Wildcats.
Meg Reeds with a nice job knocking that way. Southwest isolated Stoltzman on the far side of the floor, and they've done that now a handful of times where all four people will vacate one side of the floor and Stoltzman's free to work.
Into the paint it goes. Turnaround shot, no good. Out of bounds. It's going to stick. Well, quarter's going to end. But in any case, 24-12, Southwest Minnesota State with an impressive first quarter against the Wildcats. We'll take a break. Be back with a second quarter after this on News Channel Nebraska.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
Wayne State, as you said during the break, Chad, trying to find a spark. There was some energy in the band during the break there, trying to encourage a competitor for a sponsorship prize. Maybe that's what gets the energy back in the building here. There was a lot of it earlier in the men's game, Wayne State beating Southwest 69-67. Now the Wildcats got to find a run of their own here in this women's game.
Yeah, it's kind of funny at the college level. If you can get the band there, they always find a way to entertain themselves. And sometimes that's a little bit of a spark that you need just to kind of get you out of your own head.
Fitzpatrick finds the cutting. Van Donker's good. Great find, great finish, and the foul. Chance for a three-point play.
Nice screen roll action there. Thorfinson got caught hanging on to the back of her jersey as she was going up. Good finish by Van Donker's good.
Van Donker's good, the junior from Sioux Falls. Buries the free throw.
She's had a couple of good looks early and just hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net. Hopefully that gets her off.
Single-digit game as Stoltzman spinning draws contact. I think this is going to go against Dahlin. Well, I beg your pardon, Fitzpatrick. She's got two. That's not great if you're a Wildcat fan.
No, pretty good defense right up until the shot attempt, and it looked like she might have leaned into her space. Stoltzman, again, nice job of using her body, drawing a little bit of contact there, just enough to get bailed out with that whistle.
In double figures already with 10 points is Stoltzman. That free throw is good as well.
Yeah, averages just over 20 a game. And like I said, if you look at the list of NSIC's players of the week, I think she's been named to it 6 times.
Minnesota State let the hometown girl leave town. She is from Mankato as Fitzpatrick tracks down her own rebound.
Big rebound by Fitzpatrick.
And then Van Donker's good, has that go off her knee.
It's one of those games you got to start winning small battles. You got to get a stop here. You got to get a rebound here. Here's that isolation again.
This was a close game in Marshall, 75-71. Turnaround shot from Nielsen, no good. It was a pretty good find to get the ball to her, but she couldn't connect.
Another screen roll action on the wing.
Clark fires up the three, won't go. Rebound, back to Southwest.
Dolan tried to tip that rebound down to another Wildcat, unable to do so.
Take a look at head coach Brent Pollerai for Wayne State. He is an NSIC guy through and through. Got his bachelor's from the University of Mary, his master's from Northern State.
I believe Coach Pollerai was on the Northern State team that we beat in the conference championship game here at Wayne State back in '06. I believe he was on that staff.
And you would be correct. Wayne State, we were looking at those banners earlier, won that NSIC championship at home against Northern State. That was a very good Northern State team, too.
Yes. Yeah, that was an outstanding team. Had a really good 6'4" post player.
Remembering players from that Wayne State team, Kristen Humphreys, Ashley Arndorfer, Lauren Gustafson. A lot of Nebraska and Iowa kids.
Yep. Gunner, Nicole Gunteroff.
Oh, how could I forget the Wayne State Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Transfer from UNK and now in the Wayne State Athletics Hall of Fame. Yeah, Player of the Year, you're right.
Yeah, I think she led the nation that year in three-point shooting.
Kearney native, now in Omaha, as Menke hits the first free throw. We'll stop reminiscing about old Wayne State days here in a second.
It was just amazing to see, when you look at them all, how many of them have come since then.
Norblade, great move. Left-handed finish won't go, though. Gets the steal. Norblade staying after it. Finds Clark on the run. Won't go. Clark has the ability to be instant offense. Unfortunately, the shot not fallen just yet for her, as the running shot won't go, but the putback by Nielsen's good. It's 31-15, Southwest Minnesota State.
And that's, unfortunately for Wayne State, that's kind of been the MO of what's been going on the last few games. Just have not been able to get the ball to go in the basket, and then getting beat on the rebounding side and giving up second chance points.
Wildcats need a run. Down by 16. Van Donkersgood spinning, falling away, won't go. Kept alive by Clark.
Delaney Clark always active on the boards.
Inside Van Donkersgood. Nielsen not yielding space, but Van Donkersgood able to get it to go, and she's fouled. 7 points for Van Donkersgood as she leads the Wildcats.
Southwest content to play a one-on-one here with their lead. They're not doubling down from anywhere. They're not giving her any outlets. She does a nice job of finding a way to get the ball in the basket.
Free throw, no good, but chased down by Clark. Hustle plays so far for her. That's what you want if you can't get the ball to find the bottom of the net. And big contact here as the freshman Addie Johnson from Sloan, Iowa, fouled and going to the line with a chance to shoot two.
Addie Johnson making her presence felt immediately. Comes in the game, provides a little bit of a spark, goes right at him, sends herself to the free throw line.
First one, good. Second one, good as well. Got to get those free points when you're down double digits like the Wildcats. Mustangs swing it out for a three-pointer. It's no good from Blandon. Put back no good. Rebound hauled in by Johnson, really making her presence felt.
Johnson's a nice player. Unfortunately, I had to coach against her. Fortunately, I got to coach her at one time. Just a great kid, works hard. Great to see her get in the game and have an impact.
Cruzy having an impact with the three-pointer. Answer, though, from the Mustangs. Knocking that one down is Blandon, or I beg your pardon, that one was Swanson.
Swanson with a nice pull-up jumper. Wayne State's got to continue to get her hands in the face, not allow these wide-open looks.
Three-pointer again from Cruzy. Back into single digits as the Southwest lead. Got some energy in the building now, Chad.
Small-town kids providing a spark off the bench. Brooklyn Cruzy coming in, certainly not recruited for her three-point shooting, but man, has that been important tonight.
Blandon answers for the Mustangs. She's fouled and has a chance for a three-point play. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month, one Nebraska hero will be chosen and will get to choose a nonprofit to receive a $1,000 donation. Let's honor those who make our community shine. Community Hero, celebrating the heart of Nebraska.
College basketball on News Channel Nebraska. Stick around for halftime. Brought to you by the Kearney Sportsplex and Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. Brooklyn Cruzy with a couple big three-pointers trying to keep Wayne State in this ball game. Care to guess what her three-point percentage was entering tonight, Chad?
Well, you cheated. You showed me, so I don't think she had one.
She was 0 for 5 from behind the arc before hitting 2 straight three-pointers just now. Leads the Wildcats with 12 points. Blandon trying to complete the three-point play. She does.
Cruzy with a big impact here early in the games. Kind of brought him back, brought him a little bit of life. Johnson came in, got involved right away.
Norblade fouled as Blandon gets a hand in there. That'll be foul number 2 on Blandon.
Wayne State doing a nice job of trying to get a mismatch. You get to this level, the higher you go, the more important the mismatches or the matchups become.
And a steal by Swanson going coast to coast. Gets it to go. Great anticipation by Swanson.
Yeah, Southwest, unfortunately, with the lead, allows them to play a little more aggressive in the passing lanes, getting hands out there.
Wildcats got it back to single digits, but now it's suddenly stretched out to 13 again. Three-pointer by Cruzy. That one's not on the mark. Jump ball. It's going to go to Southwest.
Like Van Donker's good, going for that rebound. And again, for Wayne State, trying to get one stop at a time, one score at a time.
38-25, the Southwest lead. We're halfway through the second quarter. Swanson driving in, dumps it off. Nielsen can't get it to go. Nielsen keeps getting good position, not able to finish every time, though.
Yeah, she looks like she's getting outside of her base, getting off balance, not able to finish. She's a big body kid. If she gets her base set there, she's going to be tough to handle underneath. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, Chad. The pass for Norblade was a bit high, but Southwest reaching in commits the foul, and To the line for a 1-and-1 goes Norblade.
Nice job of Wayne State. They've reached that 5th foul mark here in the quarter. Now they got to take advantage of it here.
One more for Norblade. Connects on both. 11-point ball game. Wayne State now 8 of 9 from the free throw line. The two teams have just missed a combined 2 free throws. Nice job at the line so far for both of them as the rebound hauled in by Van Donkersgood. Wildcats could get this back into single digits here.
Good defense on that last possession by Maya Fitzpatrick. Southwest does a nice job of keeping a lot of people occupied while Stoltzman goes to the basket.
Fitzpatrick couldn't connect. Rebound in traffic for Swanson. She wants to run. No one stops her, and she gets in. No, beg your pardon. Travel on Swanson. Wildcats dodge the bullet.
Yeah, I tried a little Euro move and got 1-2 and then set the other foot down. That one was a pretty obvious call.
I don't mean to age the two of us, Chad, but the Euro step had a different name, I think, when we both played. I think it was called a travel.
Yeah, except in Euro. Little shuffle cut there by Fitzpatrick.
Rebound, though. Clark can't hit. Another rebound for Van Donkersgood. She's fouled, fighting the ball up in the air. And 2 shots for Van Donkersgood.
Great opportunity here for Wayne State. Fighting for those rebounds. Can't get the ball to fall, but they're not giving up on it. Van Donkersgood finding a way to get herself to the line and get some easy shots here. Easy points for the Wildcats.
First one is good. Van Donkersgood 6'1" out of Sioux Falls. This is not a small Wayne State team by any stretch of the imagination. As she hits again, a couple 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6 foot, 6 foot, another 6 foot. It's a roster that's got length.
Yes. Yeah, 6'3" and so on and so forth. They're
a lot of contact
they've
there.
Given up a little bit of speed and quickness at times.
Three-pointer on the way, off the mark, and contact on the rebound, and I think that's Nielsen on the floor. There's no foul. I think she may have just gotten her wind knocked out of her.
Yeah, going for the ball out of bounds. Was getting boxed out at the same time. Took her feet out from under her. Opportunity here for Wayne State. Cut into this lead here for half.
9-point ball game. It's felt a couple times like it was maybe getting away from Wayne State. If they could cut it to 2 possessions, that'd be huge. Van Donkersgood can't on that shot as it's wide of the mark. Stoltzman driving in, gets the contact and the hoop. A chance for a 3-point play. If there's anybody who can stifle momentum, it's Stoltzman.
Yeah, and again, gets the ball, gets to the middle of the floor, while everyone else is finding spots and keeping defenders occupied. She's going to the basket.
Hits the free throw. Tom Webb says, no, she's not stifling momentum. She's creating it.
Yeah, if you're Southwest, that's what you want to see. You want to see her getting the ball right in the middle of the floor and going one-on-one against whoever.
Still a chance to get it into single digits for the Wildcats. Van Donkersgood off the mark. Rebound. Hauled in by the Wildcats, and we're going to end up getting a jump ball here.
Is that Reitz?
I believe that was Reitz. Yeah, Reitz and Clark look very similar from afar.
And Reitz will get in and scrap with you a little bit.
Fitzpatrick triggers it in, but to a Mustang as Blandon gets blocked by Clark going in for the fast break layup. Again, kind of those intangible tough plays so far from Clark, who doesn't have a point.
Yeah, not a ton going to show up in the box score for her, but she'll work her tail off for you.
Swanson fouled as she's found cutting toward the basket. Great find. And 2 free throws upcoming for Swanson.
Little screener action on the inbounds here. Just a tad bit late on the switch by the Wildcats.
First one good from Swanson. That was her first free throw attempt of the night. Second one good. She's got 10 points on the evening.
Southwest got a couple players. Stoltzman, Swanson, Blandon, they can fill it up. You give them half a step.
Clark knocked to the floor. Keeps it alive, and I beg your pardon, that was Reitz. I told you.
Yep.
Norblade blocked. It's going to go out of bounds and stick with the Wildcats.
4 seconds on the shot clock here. Wayne Zade's had a tough time inbounding the last couple minutes.
And it goes for Cruzy, who rattles it in. What a half for her.
Brooklyn Cruzy's been huge off the bench for the Wildcats.
She has more points than minutes played tonight, 14 in 9.
Here comes the big isolation here.
Swanson out to the top. It goes for Thorfinson. No good. Rebound pulled in by Reitz. 5 seconds to play. Clark, three-pointer, no good. That'll end the half. 43-31, Southwest Minnesota State on top of Wayne State. We'll take a break. Be back with the halftime show after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust, right, hon?
Yes, dear.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Teammates Mentoring is in need of mentors, especially for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them reach their full potential. 92% of Teammates Mentors report that they leave their mentoring time in a better mood than when they arrive. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more information about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Pain can affect every aspect of your life. Chronic back, neck, nerve.
The halftime show is brought to you by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. And by Insurance 365, your local expert for your Medicare plans.
Halftime here in Wayne, America. Wayne State trailing Southwest Minnesota State 43-31 at the break. Let's take a look at our halftime show, brought to you by the Kearney Sportsplex. The Kearney Sportsplex, owned by the city of Kearney, planning to open this spring, and it's going to feature 4 pickleball courts with spectator seating. Those pickleball courts totaling 9,000 square feet. It's also going to have a 300-meter track with 3 lanes of running and walking. That is going to be a very special place there for the folks of Central Nebraska.
Yeah, you lost me at pickleball and track for running and walking. Probably all things I should do more of, but it's insane how popular pickleball has become over the last few years.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I don't think either of us has ever played pickleball.
No, when I watch it, I envision a life-size version of ping pong when I watch that. But the people that play it love it, and I'm sure it's probably something I wouldn't be very good at it.
Well, Chad, you and I are going to both have to make a trip out to Kearney and make ourselves a little better once that facility opens up.
Sounds good.
Halftime here in Wayne, America. It's 43-31. Wayne State trailing. We'll take a break. Be back with more halftime show and highlights after this on News Channel Nebraska.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer, with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care so close to home.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Second game of a Wildcat basketball doubleheader here on News Channel Nebraska. The Wayne State men's team defeated Southwest Minnesota State earlier tonight. Wayne State's women's squad trying to pull off the double, but they're going to have to make a comeback, trailing 43-31 at halftime. Let's take a look at the highlights, see how we got to this point. Wayne State, Southwest Minnesota State, Swanson going to work, getting in the paint, turn around, the shot, good. And Southwest would take the lead, and they would not trail the rest of the half. Southwest then back on offense, driving in the layup up and good from Bussey. Wildcats, though, getting some work done in the paint. Brooklyn Cruzy had herself a first half with 14 points. Southwest, though, could not be deterred as three-pointer fired up by Blandon is good. The offense just did not slow down for the Mustangs, and neither did the tempo as Stoltzman went to work. She had a first half high 16 points. She decided to fire up a three-pointer this time, knocking it down. Stoltzman, the experienced guard for the Mustangs. Wildcats trying to find an answer as they go inside and find the 2 points from Van Donkersgoed. Gets the foul as well. Mustangs, though, keep the foot on the gas pedal, getting 2 points from Kenzie Jones, or rather, the shot from Kenzie Jones, the putback from Natalie Nielsen, who did leave late in the first half after a tumble on a rebound. Wildcats getting more points from Cruzy, the three-pointer. She hit 2 of those. She had 0 entering tonight's game, but the tempo continues for the Mustangs with Swanson going coast to coast after the steal. And finishing strong in the first half were the Mustangs, with Stoltzman once again getting the hoop and the harm, and that gets us to where we're at right now, 43-31, Southwest on top of Wayne State at the break. Chad Metzler, it's a 12-point deficit for Wayne State, but as we established in game one, it's a game of runs. It's a team that has the ability to score some points. What do they got to do to get back in this?
Well, and Wayne State had gotten back into it. I think it was 38-29, and they had the ball and had a chance to cut into that lead, and weren't able to capitalize. And Southwest went on a run. You've got to find your best shooter, give them a chance, and you got to find a way to get some easy baskets. Everything around the rim has been very well contested defensively by Southwest. Their defense, as good as their offense has been, their defense has been every bit as good, if not better. And Wayne State's got to answer that bell. They just got to come out, go on the attack, get to the free throw line, maybe get a couple layups out of it, and just like I said, attack the rim. There's a lot of fadeaways, a lot of not drawing the contact when they have the opportunity.
You want to look at a couple key statistics. Field goal percentage. The two teams have attempted the same number of shots, but Southwest has made 7 more. That means 46% to 26%. Both teams kind of struggling from behind the arc. 2 of 7 for Southwest, 2 of 9 for Wayne State. But points in the paint and fast break points absolutely huge for Southwest Minnesota State. 20-2 when it comes to fast break points in favor of Southwest. And those points in the paint largely due to those fast break points, 24-12. That's the edge for Southwest. Right now, though, Wayne State got to regroup. They're trailing by 12, 43-31 at the break. We'll take a break ourselves. Be back with second half action after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Farmer's Pride is fueling the future. In the field, on your farm, in your community. With scheduled propane deliveries, monthly budget options, and prepaid contracting plans, Farmer's Pride has the right solution to fit your propane needs and has been a trusted supplier of propane for over 60 years. In the field, on your farm, in your community. Farmer's Pride,
So I was a former smoker. My breathing got really bad. My family finally insisted I go to a pulmonologist. And that's when they did tests and diagnosed me with COPD and asthma. Because there's nothing worse than not being able to breathe. And they helped me tremendously. They've helped me get my lung function back. With the help of Faith Regional, I've become a lung hero.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
The Wayne State band feeling it as they're looking to pull off a sweep tonight here in Wayne, America. The Wayne State men's team knocking off 17th ranked Southwest Minnesota State earlier tonight. The Wayne State women's squad has some work to do if they want to pull off that double, trailing 43-31 at the break. We were talking, and I make no exaggeration, if Wayne State wants to make a comeback, they got to find some offense. And when I say I make no exaggeration, of the three-pointers that Delaney Clark attempted during the break, there was a stretch of 16 straight that she buried. They got to find that stroke here in this second half if they want to knock off 19th-ranked Southwest Minnesota State, Chad.
Yeah, and obviously you're not going to do it all with three-pointers, but man, would it be big if you could have somebody step up like a Delaney Clark come in and hit a couple threes, and you've got to be okay with missing. You can't hang your head. You just got to come out, firing on all cylinders, get to the basket, take your open looks, and see what happens.
Three-pointer on the way to start the half for Southwest. It's no good, but Nielsen gets the offensive rebound. She does step on the line, and it's going to be Wayne State basketball.
Tipped it away from the Wildcat defender, was able to run it down on the corner, but just couldn't keep her balance there.
That's a tough play to make. I say as though I've ever made that. I can promise you I haven't. Fitzpatrick bullying her way into the paint. Dumps it off Reitz. Now it's Norblade. 8 on the shot clock. Nothing there for the Wildcats right now. Van Donker's good. Scoops. Nice move to get there. Just couldn't finish.
Yeah, I'd like to see Fitzpatrick finish that move she made. Southwest played pretty decent defense, but she still had an opportunity there.
Blandon does finish getting into the paint. It's a 14-point edge for Southwest Minnesota State.
And Southwest women's team, very similar to the men's team. They attack, try to get to the basket.
And the pass too high for Boswell to corral. And the turnover sends it back to Southwest.
Really an important stretch here for Wayne State. Get back in this game.
And Swanson has just been dynamite for the Mustangs tonight. She gets that tough one to fall.
Yeah, kind of an off-foot finish. No 1-2, just a 1. Keeps the defense off balance.
Fitzpatrick with it at the top of the key. Running shot, won't go. Rebound cleared by Nielsen.
And Fitzpatrick is one of those people that Wayne State needs to get hot here.
Running shot by Stoltzman, good. She has just been a monster tonight. 18 points for the Mustangs.
She uses her body so well, plays off both feet. You rarely see her go up off one. Takes the contact, uses it to her advantage.
Fitzpatrick in traffic, gets it to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here as it looks like it's going to be a 30. So we will keep it here during the break. 49-33. Kind of a similar situation we saw in the first half where Wayne State trying to keep this within distance to be able to kind of reel Southwest in eventually. Kind of teetering on that edge at the moment.
Yeah, you feel like they're, trying to plug the holes in the dam right now, trying to keep that at bay. If they could, like I said, get one stop, come down, hit a shot, try and turn this momentum, give this crowd a reason to get involved.
And we talked about it earlier. It's the unfortunate truth of college basketball or college sports or sports in general. You're the father of a women's college athlete, and the game is growing, women's college basketball or women's basketball in general. It is unfortunate, and there is some weather at play right now, but to see the crowd leave between games, and right now the men's team probably has a little bit better chance at a postseason run than the women's team, but it is unfortunate. And teams, conferences have tried to play around with that with doubleheaders. It used to be that it was always the women's game, then the men's game. They've mixed that up a little bit. But it is unfortunate to see there's not quite the same energy in the building that there was in that men's game earlier.
Yeah, and I've talked to a few NSIC coaches about this, and the ones that I have talked to when they went to this change in format where they switch halfway through the conference season and on which team goes first, men's or women, the women's coaches that I've talked to were not in favor of it. They like the consistency of knowing that you're going to play at this time. And part of that also is as the crowd is showing up, the second half of your women's game tends to be a lot noisier, a lot bigger crowd there. And people who maybe a lot of times wouldn't show up realize that, hey, this is, this can be pretty good basketball. This is worth coming to. It's worth staying and watching. And they start showing up a little bit earlier. We saw that, 20 years ago as our team made our run. The crowds just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And there were some nights where we actually saw people leave after the women's game, which I had one fan say, I've never seen that before. But this is, like I said, that's one of those things, unfortunately, I'd love to see him go back to. Good pass.
Nice feed from Fitzpatrick to Norblade. We saw it a little bit ago. Reitz went off, kind of landed awkwardly on the sideline. It's a 16-point ball game after the shot from the Wildcats. Swanson out to the top for Thorfinson. A mouthful every time. Three-pointer on the way, no good from Stoltzman. One of the few misses from her as she's got 20 tonight. On the rebound, though, a jump ball. It's going to go to the Wildcats.
Good defense there by Fitzpatrick, not letting Stoltzman get to the basketball. That's what they're going to need every time. They're almost going to have to face guard her and keep it away and make them play 4-on-4.
$51-35, 16-point ball game, not quite halfway through the third quarter. Delaney Clark, she was hot during the break, hits, and that was what Wayne State needed. She was on fire during halftime warm-ups.
Speak it into existence, Pat. That was a really good pin screen.
Good block from Fitzpatrick, and it's going Wayne State's way after Stoltzman steps on the line. A little bit of momentum here for Wayne State.
See if that's the spark that Wayne State needed. Norblade with a really good penetration last time. Fitzpatrick set a pin screen for Clark to get open on the wing, and she knocks it down. An opportunity here, maybe catch a little momentum. You don't like this long delay here. You want to keep going.
Little over 5.5 to play in this third quarter. Norblade over to Fitzpatrick. Dribbling in, can't get it to go off the high glass. And just like that, Stoltzman wants to run, but Clark bats it away.
I think Fitzpatrick was ready to kick that out, but drew the contact and was expecting a whistle. She's got a look on her face like, geez, what do I have to do to go shoot some free throws?
Fitzpatrick can play a physical game. Landon around to Swanson. From the elbow, jumper left short, rebound by Reeds.
Good defense by Reeds on the ball. Landon probably a little bit quicker. She gapped her, cut her off.
Fitzpatrick from the free throw line gets it to go. It just died on the rim.
Little mini run here by Wayne State.
Fitzpatrick playing against a team from her home state. She's from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Stoltzman gets it to go. That just felt like a sheer force of will getting that shot up and getting it to go.
Yeah, giving up a few inches against Fitzpatrick and just a nice little step back from the free throw line to stem that tide by Wayne State.
Fitzpatrick tripped by Thorfinson. Still within striking distance, though, are the Wildcats. Every time it feels like Southwest is about to pull away, a little bit of a run from Wayne State. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Southwest Minnesota State with the 53-40 lead over Wayne State, but Wildcats trying to keep them within striking distance. Wayne State with the ball coming out of the timeout. Delaney Clark triggers it in for Fitzpatrick, spinning, leaves it short, rebound by Thorfinson.
Nice action by Wayne State out of the timeout, isolate Fitzpatrick. There goes Stoltzman again.
24 points for Stoltzman so far tonight, and you got to feel like there's more left in the tank for her.
Yeah, Stoltzman looks like she could play all night. She's kind of having her way. When she gets out in the open floor, she's awfully tough to stop.
She's a senior, and she is crafty. Fitzpatrick thought about the long three. Now gets a screen from Cruzy. 5 on the shot clock. Clark driving in, won't go off the glass.
Been the story of Wayne State's night. A number of good looks.
Oh, Stoltzman. That was lethal. 27 points for Stoltzman. She's averaging over 20 a game. She has surpassed that.
And she smiles as it goes in. You know when a shooter is feeling it, when that ball leaves her hand, and they just smile because they know.
Officially averaging 20.3 per game. She's going to surpass that. Swanson is on track to surpass her season average. She averages 14.5. She's currently at 12. Blandon probably not going to meet her average tonight. She's averaging 15.2, sitting at the moment with 8. Clark in traffic, gets it to go. She's had 5 big second half points.
Clark's come in off the bench and provide a little spark. Southwest is trying to run her off that line, so she took advantage of it, had a nice little runner from about 6 feet.
Speaking of a runner, that one left short by Blandon, but the putback by Nielsen is good, and it's back to an 18-point edge for Southwest.
Those are the putbacks that kill you when you're trying to make that comeback, that second chance point that they've been struggling with here.
Cruzy thought about another three-point attempt. Clark goes inside for Fitzpatrick. Against the double team, gets it to go.
Maya Fitzpatrick, warrior here tonight. She's going up against 2 people underneath, getting doubled. Continuing to battle. Finds a way to put that one in.
Blandon now around into the corner. It goes for Swanson. She's got her eyes on the paint. Backing up Reitz, and she's blocked by Reitz. Pulled in by Norblade.
1-on-1 on the wing here.
Fitzpatrick gets bumped. Just trying to take it into the paint, draw that contact right now, it looks like.
Yeah, and Wayne State has not gotten the benefit of too many of those kind of whistles. If you keep on the attack, you force that whistle. If you let them run you off your route, then no whistle comes.
Into Reitz. Now to Van Donkersgood. Backing up her defender, leaves it short. Pulled in by Stoltzman. That's a tough rebound from the guard.
Yeah, 5'8" guard against a couple 6-footers in there.
Thorfinson just sort of granny shots it out to Stoltzman. Thorfinson fires up the 3 and buries it. 19-point lead for Southwest Minnesota State.
Fitzpatrick does a nice job of forcing Stoltzman to get the ball up. She gives it up to an open Thorfinson. I just wanted to say it. Knocks it down.
Norblade hits the running shot. Nice feed. 3-pointer left short. Norblade's not aware that the basketball's there.
Yeah, it almost hit her coming off the rim. Comes the isolation to Stoltzman.
Working on Clark. Now Thorfinson with 5 on the shot clock. Spinning, blocked by Reitz. They won't get a shot up in time. Good defensive stand by the Wildcats.
And if you're Wayne State, those are the small victories you're looking for. Those are the things that you can build on.
18 seconds left in the quarter. Norblade with 10. Dribbling in with the left hand. Scoop shot, good. That'll end the third quarter. Wayne State cuts it down to 15. We'll take a break. Be back with the fourth quarter after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting, from agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses, or concrete contracting. No job is too big or too small. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Scott at 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
Fourth quarter here in Rice Auditorium, brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org. Chad Metzler. Big fourth quarter upcoming here for the Wildcats. They got a lot of ground to make up. What do they got to do to get over the hump?
Well, again, defensively, they got to find a way to contain Stoltzman. Your goal is to cut this under 10 by the 5-minute mark and then just keep cutting it from there.
Swanson spinning in. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Van Donkersgood. Good defensive series for the Wildcats there.
Yeah, and completing that with the rebound, that's equally important. It's an area where they're -3 in rebounding in the conference this year.
Boswell misses the three. Stoltzman wants to go. She's spinning and falls, draws the foul against Fitzpatrick. And 2 free throws upcoming for Stoltzman.
Yeah, we said it earlier with her. She's going to go until you stop her. A lot of other players would see Fitzpatrick there kind of running with him and just kind of ease out to the side. But she's going to go until you stop because she knows she can get to the free throw line with it.
Hits the first. She's now got 28 points on the night. Second one good as well as we see the replay.
And you can tell she's feeling it when she's shooting the basketball. She's got her rhythm is good. The release looks comfortable. See if Wayne State can find an easy basket here.
Stoltzman has 29 points tonight. If you're wondering where that sits with her high for the evening or for the season, not anywhere close. She had 41 against Northern State back in January.
And she just about took that steal coast to coast there and made a really tough, almost made a really tough layup there.
She now has 5 of the top 6 scoring nights this season for Southwest Minnesota State. She's had 41, 31, 30, 29, and 28.
You'd like to see, just like that there, you'd like to see Wayne State take advantage maybe of a couple of those mid-range jumpers. They're coming off that screen and the 5 is waiting for him down by the basket. They get to that elbow and maybe have a look there.
And for those who aren't aware, when you're numbering positions, 5 being center, the biggest usually.
Which is kind of the way the basketball is going anymore. It doesn't always mean what it used to.
Yeah, in many ways, positionless with some teams as the rebound goes out of bounds. You a big fan of that?
I am, actually. I think there's a lot less big people who are working on the back to the basket game.
What's interesting is we did see kind of some old school post moves in that men's game earlier tonight.
Yeah, they tried to, you could tell Southwest was trying to get Stevens on the block. Wayne State was working on getting McCullough on the block, just like there. But you see it a lot more with the off players like Maya Fitzpatrick here. You saw Tate Norblade trying to post up a number of times tonight. So you're starting to see a lot more with the other players, those twos, those threes.
First free throw by Fitzpatrick is good. Second one, good as well. 15-point ball game.
Little full court press here by Wayne State.
And that one does go off Fitzpatrick. They had the Mustangs trapped in the corner. Timeout is called. We're going to keep it here during the break.
Yeah, it looks like they called timeout before the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, because I think if they hadn't, an argument could have been made that was off Southwest.
Yes.
Southwest with the 15-point lead, the largest lead of the night, has been 19. That came late in the third quarter. Wayne State again trying to chip away. We saw the Southwest men's team do that to the Wayne State men's team earlier in the game. Southwest couldn't get over the hump in the end, but it became a game, and that's what Wayne State's trying to do to Southwest here.
Yeah, and Southwest in the men's game, they were able to hit. They had several players, Omot and I can't remember Blatant, who hit threes coming down the floor, and for a while they hit probably 4 or 5 threes over the course of about a 4-minute span to kind of slowly pull them back into the game. That's what Wayne State needs. They need to find a way to stop the clock, get to the free throw line. They need to find a way to maybe get it in an easy basket and knock down a couple uncontested threes.
You could tell we had both moved on from the men's game to the women's game. And Bratton was who we were trying to think of earlier.
Yes, it was a B. I knew that.
Yeah. Now, this sort of recent success by Southwest Minnesota State against Wayne State in women's basketball, kind of a new sort of development, as we got a 10-second violation against Southwest. I'm not going to lie, it felt kind of fast.
In college, you get 10 seconds from the original possession. So there was 26 seconds on the clock. There's 6 seconds left when they threw it inbounds here, and they had to get it across in 6 seconds. It's a different rule. People are still probably getting used to it a little bit.
Me as well. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah, if you look at sort of the series history between these two teams as Cruzy draws the foul, 67th time these teams have met. Wayne State has won 2/3 of those, if you look at that. The series began in 91 as Wayne State joined the NSIC at that time. This, if Southwest were to hang on to this victory, would be just the 8th time in 33 matchups that they have won in Rice Auditorium.
Wow.
Not a lot of success in Wayne America for Southwest Minnesota State as Cruzy misses the first free throw but hits the second.
Yeah, and we talk about it a lot about how hard it is to win on the road. And, and that stat proves that, because Southwest has had some pretty good teams over the years. They haven't been a doormat.
Fitzpatrick spinning, can't get it to go off the glass. Great move to get free, but couldn't finish.
Yeah, great position. Almost too deep in the post. I think it might have surprised her a little bit.
Stoltzman draws the contact. Don't forget, after the game, we've got our post-game coaches interview brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. First free throw, good by Stoltzman. She's now at the 30-point mark for the night. 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Make it 9 of 9.
It just keeps her foot on the gas the whole time. When she gets the ball, up by 15 or more, 16 now, a lot of teams would be, inside 7 minutes, they'd be thinking about maybe running some time off the clock. She's just getting to the basket.
It's the 4th time this year that Stoltzman has gone over 30 points. And, you look at her shooting throughout the night, 9 of 9 at the free throw line. Also 2 of 2 from the three-point line. She's 10 of 16 from the field. She's not missing a lot of any types of shots.
No, that field goal efficiency has got to be up. I mean, that's got to be at 60+% with her, if not higher. That's pretty incredible for a guard.
62.5% from the field is darn good, Chad Metzler.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, unable to get the shot again is Fitzpatrick, but the offensive rebound gives her a shot at a 3. Won't go. We've got contact and a foul against Wayne State. And again, Wildcats are getting some looks, just unable to get it in the hole.
Point blank, right at the basket, just unable to find the bottom of the net. And then you get the rebound and get a kick out and unable to find it. Sometimes it's not your night. They've got to find a way to make their own luck.
Felt like that might be the momentum moment. Three-pointer on the way short. As Blandon not having her best offensive night.
Yeah, Stoltzman has certainly made up for that.
Put back, no good by Fitzpatrick. Third attempt will go and draw the foul. There's the tenacity the Wildcats are looking for. She kind of chuckles at herself a little bit, but hey, whatever it takes.
Yeah, thought she got fouled on the first one, and then just kept battling, padding those rebounding stats. Finally gets it to fall here.
Fitzpatrick now with 5 rebounds and 12 points, make it, well, still 12. Field goal percentage has been a little bit tougher, though. 5 of 20 tonight. $14-point ball game, 5 minutes left to play, fourth quarter.
A little set here by Southwest, putting Stoltzman at the high post. Flares off the screen.
Her first three-point miss of the night, Stoltzman. Clark wanted that shot, wasn't there. Now baseline jumper, good. She has provided that spark a little bit in the second half. Timeout on the floor by Coach Brent Pollerai. We'll keep it here. And again, I feel like you got to find that hot hand.
Yeah, 7 points off the bench, and really, 7 points in about 4 shots off the bench. She hasn't taken a ton of shots when she's come in. You'd like to see her be more aggressive. You'd like to maybe run a few more pin screens for her and see if maybe she could get hot and hit a few threes in a row or a couple baskets in a row.
And really, when you look at those 7 points all second half, she was, to be brutally frank, cold in the first half.
Yes. Found
the stroke in the second half. Now just got to kind of keep finding that spark offensively if you're Wayne State down by 12.
Yeah, and it's unfortunately it's a luxury of Southwest being ahead where they can, play Maya Fitzpatrick one-on-one in the post and not allow that kick out. But the pin screens that Wayne State used before were really effective.
Steal forced by that press. Fitzpatrick going to keep it herself. Won't go. Rebound by Nielsen.
And that's kind of the night in the nutshell there. Great attack off the steal, just can't find the bottom of the hoop.
"12-point game. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. The drive, no good by Swanson. Wildcats want to run. Norblade in the paint. Scoop won't go, but she's fouled. A chance for 2 free throws. Don't forget to stick around after the game for our top plays, brought to you by Currency and also Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference.
Tate Norblade putting her head down, foot on the gas, going to the basket. I wasn't sure if they were going to give her the whistle. It was a little bit late. I thought they could have called that a little bit sooner. Nice attack by her.
2 free throws. She's got 10 points. It's a 10-point ball game. Wildcats have kind of slowly crept their way back in, but Thorfinson says, no thanks. Hits the three-pointer, stretches it back to 13.
Yeah, an unfortunate wide open 3 there.
Van Donker's good, can't hit the 3. Rebound by Clark. She's fouled as there's a scramble on the floor.
Fallon Stoltzman kind of grabbed her arm coming down with it. You said it before, Clark is one who's not afraid to mix it up a little bit. She's been on the floor a few times tonight.
Got a little bit of elbow burn afterward. See how that affects the shot. She's still holding that right elbow. Clark, a native of Wisconsin. Brent Paulerai still having a discussion with one of the officials.
Yeah, he was pointing at something at the other end. Apparently they've worked it out, agreed to meet for drinks afterwards.
Few good places for that here in town. Clark hits the first free throw. Elbow be darned. Second one's good as well. She's got 9 all in the second half. Stoltzman trying to go to work against Norblade. She is physical. Just kind of bounces off people. Shot won't go. Rebound. There's a foul on the floor. I think this one's going against Southwest.
Yeah, Van Zonker's good with great position going after the ball. The Southwest, is it Nielsen maybe?
Yeah.
Nielsen kind of was trying to hook her and ended up giving her a little shove to the floor.
Nielsen didn't look real excited about that call.
No.
Can't say Tom Webb was either, but from where we sit, it looked like the right call.
Looked like an obvious call from where I was.
Van Donker's good, hits the first free throw. She's got 11 points tonight. Let's take a look at that previous play. It's just a scramble, and that was Swanson.
Yeah. Tried to run right through her.
Van Donker's good. Hits them both.
Wayne State in the full court press. They've cut it to 9 here, just under 3 minutes.
And a turnover by Southwest. Now this is feeling kind of eerily similar to Wayne State versus Southwest in the men's game when Wayne State kind of let Southwest back in it.
Yeah, a little energy back in the building here for the Wildcats. Clark comes back in off the bench. Offense for defense substitution. Norblade picks up the 5.
And an offensive foul against Wayne State. That's a tough one for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. That's the second one they've called. They called one on Southwest earlier on the handoff. It's a tough spot to see that call.
It went against Van Donkersgood as the Mustangs do break the press. Swanson, the hoop and the foul. She's got 14, a chance to make it 15, and a chance to further Southwest's lead. Wayne State was unable to take advantage after forcing the turnover. Now it's back to an 11-point edge for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and had Stoltzman stuck in a trap down there. How she got that out, I don't know. But Swanson with a strong finish at the basket.
15 points for her, just ahead of her average on the season. 12-point ball game, a little over 2 to play. Fitzpatrick in, thought she was fouled. She said she was hit on the head, does not get the call. Stoltzman throws it into the corner for Thorfinson. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stick with the Mustangs.
And Stoltzman, I'm sure, doesn't know the meaning of the phrase run some clock. She continues to attack and put Wayne State in a tough position.
Ball will stay with the Mustangs. You know, it's a team as a whole that I'm not sure really knows the meaning of that word. Tom Webb's squad really is a foot on the gas pedal kind of team.
Yeah, they are a fun-to-watch team. You want to watch a team that attacks?
Stoltzman gets to the bucket. She's got 33.
And she plays hard. You know, she's not cherry picking on the defensive end. She's playing hard the whole time.
Oh, Van Donkersgood from deep. And Brett Pollerai wants a timeout. We'll keep it here during the break. That was exactly what Wayne State needed, and I beg your pardon, we will take a break as well. We'll be back with more after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Likely? No. Impossible? Also no. Wayne State trying to make a late comeback here against Southwest Minnesota State, trailing by 11 with 1:33 left to play. What's going to be the key here if Wayne State is able to extend this game?
Well, this press has been so close. They forced a couple turnovers here in the last couple minutes. Unfortunately, they gave up a wide open layup, but they caught a little lightning in a bottle there by that three by Van Donkersgood. Southwest bringing 4 up to break the press.
Stoltzman does it pretty easily there. Stoltzman with it. Dribbles in, has it poked away. It does go off a Wildcat. That ball ricocheted off about 3 or 4 different people.
Yeah, so did Nielsen on that screen. That was a very, I think she was trying to slip that, and there was little incidental contact on it.
Stoltzman in traffic, can't get it to go, doesn't draw iron, does there, the rebound offensively to Nielsen. What a big play by Nielsen. And Wayne State now forced a foul. That just happened to bounce into the wrong hands if you're a Wayne State fan.
And right after, I don't know if it was Clark or Meg Reeds who played outstanding defense on Stoltzman and caused that air ball, but she just didn't stop.
It's been Clark who's been on her most of the time that she's been in there, as Blandon hits the free throw. Second one good as well. And a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here during the break. 77-64, Southwest Minnesota State on top of Wayne State. If you look at the standings in the NSIC, at least tonight, that would put Southwest Minnesota State in sole possession of first place in the NSIC, a half game ahead of Concordia St. Paul. Concordia not playing tonight. That would drop Wayne State to 7-12 in the league, and suddenly then the conversation starts to become staying in the conference tournament, not just trying to get a home game, because that would drop them into, doing some math here, to 11. The top 12 all go to the conference tournament. That's a little bit of a scary moment, too, for Wayne State if you're looking at it, although this is a very tough stretch of games they've been in, with Clark now firing the three, and we've got a foul on the floor. I really didn't want to count backwards there looking at the standings, Chad.
Yeah, and, and that's when you're on that precarious line there where you may be one of the top 8. You could be, there's so many teams that are so close. This conference is so competitive, women as well as men. And a win could, promote you up 2 or 3 spots. A loss could put you down 2 or 3 spots. And you're hoping that Wayne State will find something positive to build on, as this game goes on and going into their next few games.
Fitzpatrick hits the first free throw. Now, Wayne State is home for 2 this weekend. Second free throw misses. They've got St. Cloud State and Bemidji State at home before going on the road against Minot State. That's a brutal road trip right before the quick turnaround into the NSIC tournament.
Yeah, and you hope they can take advantage of their 2 home games this weekend. They've been fairly tough at home. I think they 7-4 coming into tonight at home, and so you'd like to see that advantage continue coming into the weekend.
Now, when you look at the teams they are playing this weekend, and now every game's tough as Swanson hits the first free throw. But this stretch that they've had here against Minnesota State, Concordia St. Paul, and Southwest Minnesota State, you feel like there's an opportunity now in these next couple games because St. Cloud State at 8-10 in the conference, just ahead of Wayne State, as the steal here by Blandon. And then Bemidji State, they're at the bottom of the conference. Then finishing against Minot, a team that Wayne State came into the evening tied with in the conference standings. So there are some opportunities for wins there for Wayne State as it goes to Nielsen. Bucket won't go. Offensive rebound, and that putback won't go.
Yeah,
Under 20 seconds to play.
You come off almost a murderer's row type run with ranked opponents who are at the top of the conference. And hopefully Wayne State finds a way to play with some confidence coming into this weekend, because now you're going to the opposite end of conference play, and it's a chance to take advantage of being at home before you have to make that brutal road trip.
The final seconds will tick down. 78-65, Southwest Minnesota State defeats Wayne State in women's basketball. We'll take a break. Be back with postgame after this on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Deb Logic, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank, there really is a difference. I think Elkhorn Valley Bank sets itself apart from other banks because we are such a family-oriented, small-town type of bank. We don't charge you for every little thing that there is. You can call us and feel like you know us. Anything you need help with, whether it's big, small, we're always there for you. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Teammates Mentoring is in need of mentors, especially for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them reach their full potential. 92% of Teammates Mentors report that they leave their mentoring time in a better mood than when they arrive. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Teammates Outdoor today to learn more information about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Pain can affect every aspect of your life. Chronic back, neck, nerve, and other pain can make work feel impossible, stop you from doing the activities you enjoy, and can even lead to stress and trouble sleeping. If you are dealing with pain for an extended amount of time and are struggling to do normal day-to-day tasks, turn to Dr. Balkaya or Dr. Prince at Faith Regional Physician Services to help you find relief. When you're experiencing chronic pain, finding the source of the pain is our first step. Our specialists use a wide range of diagnostic tests to determine how to control or manage your pain. You can expect us to discuss your goals, preferences, and lifestyle to create a treatment plan that uses innovative and safe techniques. You deserve to enjoy a pain-free life. Take the next step. Visit frpsclinics.org to meet our pain management specialists.
Let's get moving, Nebraska. Show us how you stay healthy and you could really make a difference. Capture these moments, whether it's a walk in the park, playing with your kids or pets, biking or swimming, or even cooking a healthy meal, and share them with us. Each week, one lucky winner will choose a school to receive a $500 donation from Medica. Join the fun and make a difference. Submit today at newschannelnebraska.com and your school could win $500. Stretch Across Nebraska, presented by Medica with News Channel Nebraska.
Wayne State falls to Southwest Minnesota State. The 19th ranked Mustangs defeat the Wildcats here in Wayne tonight. And we're now joined by Wayne State head coach Brent Pollerai. And Coach, we were just talking for a second there in the break. Stoltzman, she's one of the best players in the league for a reason.
Yeah, she's good. She's a veteran. She's savvy, can get to the rim, can shoot threes. Real strong, real physical player. Yeah, have a lot of respect for her.
Felt like there were a couple moments that Wildcats were going to get back in the game, and they just kind of kept creating some distance with that fast break there. Talk about how hard they are to defend once they get on the run.
Yeah, I mean, they're guard heavy, and so they have a lot of experience being able to bring the ball up the court. We made some runs with that press, but we had to get a little aggressive with it, which gave up a little bit sometimes there, but I think we cut it to 8 there in the fourth quarter.
You know, you've got one of your youngsters here behind you in Brooklyn Cruzy. Hadn't made a three-pointer until tonight, and then hit a couple big ones. Talk about what she did to kind of keep you in the game.
Yeah, well, she makes three-pointers in practice, so that's something that can happen here if teams are playing off of her. But she's a good physical player, very athletic, big post presence. We played her and Kyla Van Donkers good together a little bit, and that makes other teams, puts them at disadvantages with two big post players.
This has been a real murderer's row of a schedule. We were talking about that with Coach Kaminsky earlier. Now, you know, you don't want to take anything for granted, but it feels like these are some gettable games this weekend. What's it going to take to come out of those with a couple wins and move up the conference standings?
To be healthy, that would be the biggest thing. Again, we had not even really a practice coming into this game. We've been playing 5 games, 3 top-ranked opponents in a row here. So hopefully these are games that will get us a little bit better. And I think you saw in that first quarter we weren't very focused, or maybe you could tell we hadn't practiced a lot coming into it.
Well, Coach, best of luck. We'll see you this weekend.
Thank you. Go Cats.
Now let's bring in our player of the game, Brooklyn Cruzy. And Brooklyn, you know, I heard you laughing when I brought up your three-point stats earlier. I apologize for that, but you did knock down a couple big ones that really kept the team in the game early in the contest. Talk about that feeling as those went in.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised, but I was like, if you're going to play off me that much, might as well shoot it. So it felt really good, though.
Your team, you know, we just talked about it with your coach. You've had to battle injuries, had to battle a very tough schedule. How do you stay positive as you head into these final 3 games here?
It's definitely tough, but we're still, we got to stay as a team and work together and just keeping each other up.
You're here in front of the hometown crowd. You know, you've got them behind you. You got the band behind you. You've got people you know watching you hit those threes. What's that feeling like?
Awesome. I wish we ended with a win, but it still felt good.
Now, at home this weekend, you get to wrap it up for the regular season at home anyway. What are you hoping the crowd's like on Saturday and Friday and Saturday?
Obviously, I hope it's big. Cheer us on.
Sounds good. Well, best of luck this weekend and congratulations.
Thank you.
That's our player of the game, Brooklyn Cruzy. We'll take a break. Be back with highlights and more after this on News Channel Nebraska.
There are many details that can set your dream apart from anyone else's. But what sets the banks you are considering apart from each other? At Madison County Bank, what sets us apart from other lenders is flexibility. We offer a wide variety of loans, and we pride ourselves on providing lending options for commercial, residential, agriculture, and even unique properties that make your dreams a reality. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
At Wayne State, unlimited opportunities start with you, plus the power of us. It's the power of the classroom teacher, inspiring the next generation. Business entrepreneurs, soaring with success. Healthcare professionals, caring for their communities. Leaders in arts and sciences, making their mark on the world. With the power of Wayne State behind you, there's nothing you can't do. Learn more at exploreWayneStateCollege.com.
I woke up in the night, actually was awake all night long with chest pains and going down my left arm. My husband brought me into the emergency room, and they started doing all kinds of tests. And by noon, they decided they needed to do surgery, so I had bypass surgery done. The nurses and everybody I encountered were wonderful. Dr. Brown did my surgery for me. He was so good. I was set up for 12 weeks of rehab, 3 days a week. And I had not had a doctor in town because we were new enough in town, so Dr. Rome was the one that took me on, and so he has been my heart doctor since. Well, I just can't say enough thank you. I feel like they probably saved my life and have made it very rewarding to go on and be connected with the people, especially at rehab. With the help of Faith Regional, I became a heart hero.
NCN Sports is brought to you by
Wayne State falls to Southwest Minnesota State in NSIC women's basketball tonight, 78-65, keeping Wayne State from getting the sweep this evening after the Wayne State men's team defeated Southwest earlier in the evening. But let's take a look at the highlights and see how we got there in the women's game. Well, we'll keep it here for just a little bit, do a little more analysis. But, Chad, that was, we had a few moments where it felt like Wayne State was ready to get over the hump, maybe to make it a little bit more of an interesting game. But that Southwest Minnesota State team, they are good.
Well, and we said it a number of times, throughout the game, they just foot on the gas. They don't stop attacking. Every time you think that there's going to be maybe a little bit of a delay where they're going to run some clock, like a lot of teams will do. If you get a score, they'll come down, try and run 20 seconds, make you play defense a little bit. They just attack. And Bree Stoltzman is as good as I've seen this year. And someone who plays, as somebody just told me who would know, plays with a different motor than most people play with, and really plays with a lot of joy. So they were kind of buzzsaw-ish tonight. They really got on a roll, and Wayne State had a hard time coming back from it.
Let's go ahead and take a look at those highlights and see how Southwest Minnesota State got the win over Wayne State College. Women's basketball, NSIC Hoops in Wayne, America. 19th ranked Southwest Minnesota State traveling to Wayne to take on the Wildcats. Southwest got Swanson spinning in the lane, falling away for the bucket. Got Southwest going early. Southwest keeping the foot on the gas pedal. Three-pointer on the way, knocked down by Blandon. She didn't match her season average, but she didn't need to. Why? Because Bree Stoltzman, the leading scorer on the team, surpassed her average and then some, going over 30, including getting into the paint for that bucket right there. Then firing up the three. She could go from distance as well, did Stoltzman. She was on fire for the Mustangs. Wayne State tried to get things going, though, as they go underneath to Van Donkersgood. A great feed from Fitzpatrick to find her. Wildcats trying to keep within striking distance. They go to Brooklyn Cruzy. Hadn't hit a three-pointer all season. Hits two in a row. There's one of them. In front of the hometown crowd for the Wayne native. But a steal and a fast break layup by Swanson. She finishes. And that was the story for Southwest all night. Then Stoltzman going to work against Reitz. Gets it to fall. Draws the foul. Gets the hoop and the harm. Then Stoltzman running the show once again. Gets into the paint. Elbow jumper good. And just did not take anything for granted. Kept firing. Although Wayne State got back in it with Delaney Clark firing from distance. She was hot to open the second half, but it just didn't slow down. Thorfinson, the three-pointer for Southwest Minnesota State. Fitzpatrick getting those rebound numbers up. Finally gets it to fall, draws the foul, trying to keep the Wildcats in it. But again, the Mustangs find that big shot. This time, Thorfinson off the feed from Stoltzman. Wildcats got a couple chances off the press, but the good feed from Stoltzman to find Swanson, who was wide open, streaking for the basket, and that is how it went all night for Southwest Minnesota State. The Mustangs defeat the Wildcats 78-65, moving Southwest to 23-2 on the season, and the Wildcats fall to 10-13. So it's a split for Wayne State tonight. The men knock off 17th-ranked Southwest Minnesota State, while the Wildcat women fall to 19th-ranked Mustangs. Chad Metzler, it's been a pleasure working with you tonight. I always love watching basketball with you. We got to do this again, friend.
Oh, you bet. It's a whole lot easier standing over here or sitting over here with you than it used to be.
Well, folks, thanks for watching college basketball here on News Channel Nebraska. I want to thank our director in the truck, Connor Luby, as well as the entire crew for News Channel Nebraska. I'm Pat Jansen signing off.
This